What's going on, YouTube fam? Welcome back to another video. So I'm gonna take you guys through about a 30 to 40 minute back workout here using my EvilPal M2A Brute all-in-one Smith machine. This thing is epic, and we can do so many quality back movements to get that back to grow. So follow along and just see the execution, the tempo. Everything that I do is with intent, every single rep with one goal, and that's to improve. So follow along and let's get into it. So first movement, we have pull-ups. So this is gonna be the pre-activation movement. We're gonna do wide grip. So we're gonna be out here and we're gonna be focused on pulling from the lats. So the goal here is to get a really, really nice lat squeeze. And we're gonna do full extension, no half-ass pull-ups. So let's get into the first set. It's rainy as heck today in Florida. It's just one of those depressing days. Don't feel like going to the gym, but still want to put the work in. So we're gonna do a back workout here, and in between sets, we're gonna do a little Q&A. So Lainey's gonna ask me some questions that I frequently get, and I'm gonna answer them for y'all.
Okay, first question, what's your favorite pre-workout meal and why?
So my favorite pre-workout meal is gonna depend on whether I'm bulking or cutting. If I'm bulking, I love myself a good bagel with a little bit of almond butter, a banana on the side, and then a protein shake. Just super, super satisfying. And bagels, I mean, they're pretty easy to eat, but they're a lot of calories. So I find that they're not quite as satisfying because they're lower volume when I'm cutting. But when I'm cutting, I usually like to have cream of rice. So it's a simple carb, easily digestible. I can utilize the energy within about 30 to 60 minutes. So I time it up, eat my pre-workout meal about 45 to 60 minutes before I train. And in the cream of rice, I'll mix in some raw whey isolate. So either the grass-fed whey isolate or the raw isolate, which is the CBUM line. And that's the best tasting protein, by the way.
What's your favorite combo?
Favorite combo?
Yeah, favorite flavor?
Probably right now it's the mint chocolate chip.
Really?
So good. Like literally when you mix it in oats or cream of rice, like you can see like the little chocolate chips. So delicious. You guys can use code PR at getrawnutrition.com. And trust me, you guys will not regret it. Their flavors are bomb. And then I usually, after the protein, I'll also put some almond butter on top for some healthy fats.
It's like dessert.
Oh, it's amazing. It literally is, like, especially when I'm on prep, it's like the closest thing to dessert.
It's the highlight of your day.
It is the highlight of my day. All right, here we go. Set 2.
Favorite muscle group to train and your least favorite?
That's a tough one. So actually least favorite's easy. Least favorite's biceps. I freaking hate training biceps. Like, really? I don't know why, but like a tricep pump is just like way more satisfying than biceps. And biceps, there's very limited things you can do, I feel like. So it's not that fun to train. My favorite thing to train is probably chest. Or shoulders, I don't know, but a lot of times I train chest and shoulders together. So I'd say that combo is probably my favorite thing to train. I also love training back, but right now I'm just kind of in a chest and shoulders phase. There's definitely been a lot of times in the last like 2 years where my favorite day has been back day, because who doesn't love just walking around the gym like this?
Yeah, I love walking around the gym like that.
It's when you take that invisible lat syndrome and you pump so much blood into the lats that it's no longer invisible. It's actually the visible lat syndrome. A back day would not be complete without some bent over Smith machine rows. So that's what we're gonna go to next. One of the best mass builders when it comes to your back. And I see a lot of people doing these wrong. So a lot of people are standing way too upright. Guys, it's called a bent over row for a reason, right? Push your glutes back, right? Slight bend in the knee, but lean your torso over your toes and make sure that your chest is not facing the wall in front of you. Your chest should be facing down, right? Because the issue is that if you're too upright, you're doing one of these, right? Where you're getting a lot of upper back, but you're not actually getting your mid back, and you're also not getting your lats. So by being more bent over like this, right? Drive your elbows up and back. Boom, now I can feel my lats, now I can feel my mid back, and I'm still getting a little bit of upper back. But this is something like I have so many clients that I'm fixing this with them, because they just stand way too upright. It's called a bent over row. And I don't mean to sound sassy, but literally this is like, besides this and lateral raises, probably the two most fucked up exercises I see. We're gonna use the new PR wrist wraps. Look at these. So we got these custom made for our coaching. These things are badass. The quality is so nice too. So wrist
grip too.
Yeah, Versa grips too, for real. Versa grips are a freaking ripoff, guys. Like, don't get me wrong, they're nice, but they're so overpriced. It's outrageous. You know, 80 bucks for a pair of wrist straps. You know, it's definitely not the vibe.
Why do you use those?
Why do I use these?
Yeah.
So I can focus more on the elbow drive, which is the number one thing you want to focus on with back day, and less about my grip. Because especially when I lift super heavy, my grip starts to falter, starts to fail a little bit, and it distracts me from focusing on the main part of the movement, which is my elbow drive, which then in turn is going to control my back being engaged. And also too, I can only lift with 4 fingers really on both hands, so that makes the grip aspect a little bit more difficult.
Wait, why?
Injuries.
Do people know that?
Super messed up.
Fucked up pinkies.
Can barely bend them. Whew. That's a freaking set, guys, right there. Whew. Such a good movement. When you actually learn to control a bent over row, the pump is unreal, first and foremost, but it's literally just gonna blow up your back. I don't care who tells you differently, like it is such a good mass builder for the back. I would consider the bent over row like the bench press of back day. So make sure you guys get these right. And if you're struggling to control it, use a Smith machine, just like this one. Smith machine, fixed bar path. Personally, I think it's a smoother contraction. And compared to barbell just like your bar path can move front, forward, and backwards. Versus this, you can just lock in the perfect contraction every single time.
That changed your fitness journey, like your results?
Finally getting my nutrition right. I, back in college, used to eat like an asshole. Not gonna lie, Uber Eats, dining hall food, alcohol. I used to literally go to the dining hall every Thursday. They'd have these buffalo chicken wraps. I'm a sucker for anything buffalo. And I would literally eat like 3 of them. And I shit you not, each one was probably 800 calories. And that was just like a normal meal for me. I get pizza at 2 a.m. in the morning, but I hired my first coach, got put on a real meal plan, and instead of eating 3 times a day, started eating 6 meals a day, but a lot easier in the digestion because they're smaller meals. I finally learned how to fuel my body properly pre-workout, and then how to actually eat whole foods. And so that literally changed the game for my digestion, my energy levels, my mood, my brain function, my physique started, just responding a lot better because I was finally putting premium fuel in my body. So if you're watching this and you're slacking on nutrition, got to get that right, buddy. Let's go.
It's like a mindset tip then that you give clients if they're starting with you and they're trying to get more locked in with their nutrition.
Mindset thing. That's a good question. I would say
just eat for pleasure all
food.
the time.
I mean, food is fuel. You've probably heard that. It's very cliche, but I'm a big car guy, so I like to make car analogies. Like, you wouldn't put regular gas in a Ferrari, would you? Right? And if you want a high-performing body, you need the most high performance fuel that you can put in your body. So think of yourself like your body at the end of the day is really just like a machine. Our bodies are extremely intelligent. And if you're putting bull crap in your body is going to be like rebelling against you. And it's going to lead to a ton of issues. But once you know, like don't have that all or nothing mindset though. Like I think a lot of people go into eating healthy and like they follow a diet per se, right? And dieting doesn't really work if that's like your mentality behind it, because a lot of people diet for 12 weeks, 16 weeks, and they tell themselves, oh, I'm just going to shred up during that time, or, you know, I'm trying to build muscle during that time. But then once that time period expires, there shouldn't be an expiration date on you eating healthy. It should be something that you want to do year round. So think about editing your nutrition, not dieting, right? Editing, terrible connotation. And like I said, it kind of implies that there's an expiration date versus like how I eat high protein, balanced meals, whole foods. I'm doing this for the rest of my life, guys. I'm only 27. I'll be eating this way when I'm 75, 80. Maybe not, you know, quite as high protein, maybe not trying to push the gains quite like I am now, but I'll still be eating this way because it tastes freaking good. You know, you just got to learn how to like sauce your food correctly, what type of seasonings to put on it, you know, rotate protein sources, rotate through some carb sources. There's so many things that you can do. There's endless options when it comes to eating healthy, but still putting quality foods in your body. Next up, we got one of my personal favorites for lats, and that's a straight arm pull down. So I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through my mentality around this, because once again, another exercise frequently misdone. So first thing I'm thinking of, right, I'm gonna be bent over right here. First thing I'm doing is I'm initiate basically my lats to get engaged. And so how I'm doing that is thinking about bringing this attachment kind of straight down. So that's the first thing to engage my lats. And then once the rope gets to about my belly button, then I'm thinking about kind of rowing the weight towards me. So I think of it as two separate movements kind of combined into one. It's gonna look like one just complete movement, but I like to think of it in two different ways. And this is the way that I teach my clients to do it. Because once again, I see so many people just no idea how to do this exercise. So this is what it looks like all together. Squeezing the lats hard. Yep. Ooh.
Some hobbies outside the gym.
Outside the gym, I love cars, so I like going to car meets. That's very, very fun. I like hanging out at kava and kratom bars, so don't really drink alcohol too much anymore. So I found that, you know, some of these exotic teas, you know, you still feel really, really good off them, but they don't leave you hungover. I usually get sugar-free as well, so I'm not, you know, really loading up on any extra calories that are going to affect my nutrition, but they're great to network and meet people. Like I've met so many cool people at these tea bars, right? In West Palm and Boca, kind of all over South Florida. So I like going there. I like playing pool. Pool is such a fun game. I love kind of like the mathematics that you have to run in your head, kind of like seeing the angles, and it's so satisfying when you hit like 4 or 5 balls in a row. So I've gotten pretty good at pool. So I like playing pool. Like going to concerts. Lainey and I love going to the beach. And then I'm trying to think what else. I think those are the main things. I mean, I like going out to eat, but haven't been out to eat in a while. Truly just because of prep, but I'm a big foodie. So that's also something that I really enjoy. And fun fact about me, like your boy obsesses over brownies, cookies, all that stuff. But keyword, in moderation. So never would just indulge myself in the pleasures of those foods so much that it, you know, makes me fat or makes me not feel good or like messes up my blood sugar. So in moderation, of course, but I'm excited for a post-show because Lainey's gonna get me a cookie cake from a place called Blueprint here in Boca, and it's so good.
They're all over. I
Yeah.
have one by you. I don't even like cookies and cakes and stuff. It was so good.
It's better than crumble, that's for sure. So I'm gonna show you guys a really, really cool exercise that you guys have probably never seen before. So this is actually how you can do a one-arm row on a Smith machine. So what we're gonna do here is stand, you know, sideways right next to the Smith machine. From here, we're gonna bend down, boom, drive our elbow up and back. So you can also do it this way as well. So this is honestly pretty similar to a Meadows row. Familiar with that exercise? So right here.
It actually feel good.
Feels amazing.
It looks good. People should start doing Meadows rows like that.
Re-rack it. Yeah, that felt really, really good. I actually just kind of made that up, not gonna lie. But I have done this version before where you're in the cage like this. This is actually really, really solid. And once again, you get a ton of control with the Smith machine.
You use a lot of machine when you train. How do you prefer that over free weights?
It's safer in a lot of senses to be able to push close to failure or past failure. A lot more controlled. You know, there's a lot of very specific machines for bodybuilding that you can really target and highlight like certain muscles. So I don't think it's abnormal that I train with a lot of machines. I find that a lot of bodybuilders prefer machines because of the stability aspect. You push heavy ass loads and control the weight a little bit easier than you can with like dumbbells or barbell. I mean, don't get me wrong, those aren't bad exercises, but pretty much like 9 times out of 10, I'm picking a machine. So next up, we have a wide grip seated low row. So we're gonna put the lat pull down bar down here. We're gonna switch out this right here. So put that off to the side. And we're gonna put this attachment, this lat pull down bar on here so we can get that nice wide grip. So for this, it's really nice that they have these feet placements, so it helps you kind of just brace here. So what we're gonna do, keep your chest up when you're rowing.
Talk about the tempo that you like for rows, like you're specific with it.
Yeah, so I like to squeeze for 1.5 seconds at the peak contraction point right here. About a 2-second eccentric typically. The concentric when I'm rowing back is gonna be as explosive as possible most of the time. Whew, look at how hot it is, guys. Sweating through the joggers, god damn. People were like, are you gonna get a fan for your garage gym? And I looked at, you know, the person who said that, I'm like, hell no. We love to sweat it out. It's like a sauna while you're working out. Means you get a better pump. You get a nasty pump. When Lainey and I lived in Houston, you're training at Alphalete in no AC. It was freaking awesome.
The warehouse gym is so cool.
Yeah, the warehouse gym vibe is electric. All right, so last exercise we're gonna finish up with is some lat pull downs. We're gonna do wide grip. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this attachment off, put it off to the side, throw this up here. We're gonna have to take this out, or actually, no, let's go to the other side. Drive the elbows down towards the floor. We're not trying to drive our elbow back. We're trying to keep our elbows either in line with our body or a little bit in front of our body. Lainey, hit me with one final question for this video. Make it.
All right, what do you love most about Lainey?
Who told you to ask that question? Nah, I just love her energy and I love her smile, honestly. That was one of the first things I fell in love with about her. She's so sweet, she has a great heart, and when she smiles, lights up any room. And yeah, that's the thing that I love the most. And yeah, we might be proposing later this year.
But for now, my hand is very open. All right, one more?
Yeah.
Is this one that a lot of your clients do wrong first? Pull downs, a lot of people have a hard time feeling their lats. Do you have any tips for getting better lat engagement with them?
Yeah, I would say don't do one of these.
Turning it into a row?
Yeah, turn it into a row. Don't do one of that. Focus on elbows to your pant pocket or elbow to the floor, and you try to drive the elbow down as far as it can go to the point where your elbow literally stops going down. Also, slow down the tempo and lower the weight if you're struggling to feel the mind-muscle connection, because that's one of the biggest things I had to do when I was like learning to train back better, is I needed to just leave my ego at the door. Like, I used to do T-bar rows, sloppy ass form with so much weight and couldn't feel shit. My back didn't look like, you know, I could lift as much as I was, but I wasn't actually lifting it correctly. So I would say drop the ego. And that's like a lot of things in life, quite honestly. Like in general, like a lot of us just need to drop our ego, because if we aren't ripped, rich, and rare, we shouldn't have an ego. Like, we're all, you know, kind of striving towards that next level. And if we're not there, we have to be humble. We have to be humble, and we have to just make improvements in what we're doing. And if we don't have all the answers, which no one has all the answers, we should be asking those that do.
Getting all philosophical on our lat pull downs, huh?
Nothing wrong with that. Let's get a little.
Alright, let me come to the other side. Keep the light.
The aftermath of the pump. So if you guys want to check out the Evil Pow M2A Brute all-in-one Smith machine, highly recommend it, guys. Can't speak highly enough about this. And with my discount code, which I'll put up on the screen here, just a little bit over $1,000. But Evil Pow has an amazing line of products. Been super happy with this. You know, you saw it was sturdy enough. I'm about 200 pounds. This thing wasn't moving at all when I was doing pull-ups. So very quality piece of equipment. And they have Smith machines and power racks starting at like $500-600. You really can't beat that. And so definitely go check out Evil Pow. I'll put their website here as well on the screen, so you guys can go check out as well in the link in my bio. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.